According to a report on Tracking Board, Fruitvale Station and Fantastic Four star Michael B. Jordan is in talks to star in the feature film adaptation of the comic book Blood Brothers. Blood Brothers is described like this. After a century of friendship, smoking opium with Genghis Khan, and having orgies in Michelangelo's studio, two inseparable vampire buddies are on the verge of splitting up. Terrible timing, as an apocalypse-obsessed villain is plotting an end to humanity. Looks like Nick and Tree, immortal best buds, getting by as bail bondsmen, are humanity's last hope. Can they put their baggage aside long enough to save the world? Mark Byers saw the sounds of Blood Brothers with Michael B. Jordan.
I'm going to buy it. It sounds like a silly, ridiculous premise, but it does sound like there's going to be lots of fun to be had here. Every time you see a vampire movie, how many times are you just like, oh, these guys take everything so seriously? Do they never have any fun in their lives? These vampires do. I get like a Lost Boys read off this where there's going to be some comedy. Obviously, there's going to be some horror with vampires. And the fact that Michael B. Jordan is starring in it, and the fact that I'm able to put blinders onto the fact that he was in Fantastic Four, because he was also in Fruitvale Station, and he looks great in the upcoming movie Creed. He is making a lot of correct decisions, even if Fantastic Four was a total mess. John, you're giving me that look like you're totally going to sell this. I'm going to buy this.
I just think you're underselling Twilight. I mean, obviously, they took a lot of fun. I got to buy this. This sounds amazing. This sounds like so much fun. And Michael B. Jordan in this, I think, sounds perfect. What is going to be really interesting, though, is who do they cast opposite him now? Who's the best? Who is his co-best friend in this movie? That could give the whole thing out. This also sounds... The description is like one of those things that could also be a complete hot mess. I mean, this could go bad many, many ways. But I'm telling you, the sound of it, Michael B. Jordan attaching himself to it, this sounds like a lot of fun. For me, it's a buy.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it as well, just from the premise. But I have that fear that it's going to turn into that ripped R.I.P.D. Jeff Bridges, Ryan Reynolds. It could go that way. Because comedy and sci-fi and horror, some people don't know how to ride that line. Other people are pros at it. So I'm hoping that they're able to make this a really good mixture where it's really fun, but it doesn't go into Cheeseville, you know?
You know what I'd like to see, too? And anytime you hear about a premise, you want to know everybody that's involved from director to stars, but also I want to see a release date. Because if it's coming out in January, I'm gonna get very nervous about this movie. It could be something that is like an end of summer film, like what we were hoping to get this weekend and didn't. Something like Warm Bodies, where you're just not expecting it, and it ends up being a really fun movie. I don't think it's gonna be overhyped. It's not a summer tentpole kind of movie, but it does sound like something that's gonna be original and fun to watch.